Today is February 2nd, 2014, and my fiance and myself will be married. Our wedding day is February 7th, 2014, five days away. We spoke to the pastor of a church here. We just moved here August 2013, and we spoke to the pastor in the Pentecost church and explained to him we wanted to get married back in December. And so we finally set the date for February 7th. And about, I'm thinking around 2 weeks ago, our pastor came here and he met our two witnesses for our wedding. My fiance's witness is Hindu, he's from India. And my witness, she's from St. Vincent and she's a black lady. And the pastor had no trouble with these two people whatsoever. None. He actually invited them to come to his church anytime given at all. Just come as you are. And so that was all good. That night went fine and everything. And we just ran into friends of ours that are missionaries with the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints here in town. And they're from the States. And so we ran into the gentleman August when we first got here. And so we just met his wife not 2 weeks ago. Less than 2 weeks ago, we met his wife, and we got together with him again. And so she offered right away to do our a little reception, and she offered to do a small coconut cake and a couple decorations for a reception, because we had no intentions to do a reception whatsoever. We just wanted to get married, and that was it. So anyway, we thought that was very nice of her. To take on a little, doing a small reception for us. We thought that was really nice. So last Wednesday of last week, we went over and we spoke with the pastor and we explained to him we're going to have, the church service here in the Pentecost church, and we're going to have a reception over to the Mormon church. Well, the pastor was not too happy. He jumped up from his desk and he was frantically looking for a book on cults. And I know everybody has opinions and stuff and whatever, but my fiance and myself thought something wasn't. He approached us very abruptly, just. And so anyway, we thought, well, it's still our day and we still would like to have the wedding and reception where we desire. So anyway, that night we came home last Wednesday night, and we were in such a, frenzy, because how the pastor approached us and how he wasn't so happy, about us having the reception at the Mormon church. So we discussed speaking to Captain with Salvation Army here in town. And so we went the very next morning and we sat with the captain. So we explained everything to him, and we wanted to know what he felt and, how could he help us, or what should we do, or, just had a conversation with him. And so anyway, he said, something happened here last summer and the pastor got hurt by something to do with the Mormons last summer. And apparently, I guess we're just in the middle of it. So anyway, with that being said, the pastor actually called here yesterday morning and told my fiance, done. Not marrying you guys, just not doing it. It's a done deal. Come get your papers Monday morning. And so we were like, wow, just couldn't believe this. And it's hard to take this in because, when you're a man of the cloth, you hold such a title, you're supposed to be there for people. And so obviously if he's holding a grudge from last summer till now, is he really practicing what he's preaching? And, if you're up to preaching every Sunday, oh, you got to forgive and forget, well, how come he's not forgiving and forgetting? And again, holding a couple in the center of this and just backing out and not wanting to marry us because he has a grudge against another religion, another building, or whatever. That's on him. But here it is 6 days prior to 5 days, I guess now, prior to our wedding, and we're shafted for real. And so, anyway, yeah, in his conversation with my fiance yesterday morning, the conversation was pretty much, you went and spoke to the captain, you went over my head, and technically he don't want to attend the reception at a Mormon church, which, you know, literally he wasn't forced to go. It's his opinion to go or not. So anyway, we have one other alternative, one other appointment tomorrow to check out. And if this appointment doesn't go too well, or if it just don't, you know, pan out, we have no other choice but go to Justice of Peace. And the Justice of Peace, like, we had no trouble, but we wouldn't have went and did extra, like, things to get ready for our wedding. So, you know, and Justice of Peace, you know, with all due respect to it, I guess for many couples, it's a last resort, and that's what it is for us. Some people have no other choice, and that's just what they have to do, which is fine. But, you know, that was our last resort thing. And, I mean, we will do it if we have to. I love my fiancé with all my heart. And let that be heard loud and clear. I will do anything, and I'm sure he'll do anything for me. And so we have no trouble to go to Justice Peace. But it really, really hurts that you have a pastor that's holding a grudge and just bound and determined that he's not going to marry us, number one. Number two, not going to go to the reception. And, you know, it's kind of heart-wrenching that we were hoping to join the church as soon as we got married, and just dive in with our heels, you know, and just be like a benefit to the church, and to be there to help other people. That's what we want to do. That's where our hearts are at. So anyway, that's what we wanted to do, and now what we are not about to do, you know, God works in mysterious ways. Like, you know, he showed us all this before we got married, and I'm so grateful. I'm so heartbroken on the flip side of the coin, because, you know, here we are 6 days to our wedding. What do? We're in a big panic. But on the other flip side of the coin, it's like, okay, thank you, Lord, for revealing this, because this is not a church I want to attend. If this is how the leader is going to be getting on, and is this for real? Like, is this really what you do, like, to people? This is not where God calls people. This is not, where God calls people to just be there for them. But then when you feel something's not going your way, just let it go. No, that's not right. And so we see a pastor's not practicing what he's preaching, and so therefore we wish to not be a part of that church. So, you know, it's very sad again that we're in this situation, but, you know, come hell or high water, we're going to be married, and it's so sad that a pastor would just let you go, and just, you know, not be too concerned, like, come pick up your stuff, done deal. And so the next 4 or 5 days, we just have to trust God. And, you know, I'll never say I'm an atheist. I'll never say I don't believe in God. I totally believe in God, but we have to trust God, and we have to trust God to bring us to the right church, a church where we're going to feel comfortable. And so that's where we're at, and that's what we have going on for the next 5 days. So any prayers available from anyone out there would be more than appreciated. You don't need to write comments. You don't have to leave messages, no inboxes, no nothing. Just prayers is what we're looking for, because we don't even know where we're getting astray. Like, a marriage to act, not on account of us, but a marriage that feels like it's falling apart before it even gets to a point where you can be married. It just don't even feel normal. Like, I'm sure a lot of brides don't go through this. A lot of couples don't go through this just days before the wedding. Not many people that I heard of that does. So it's very sad, but I guess that's all we can do, and we just have to trust God and see what is ahead for us. This is where he takes us out of our comfort zone and just allows different things, and I guess we have to either rise above it or shine through it, or however you want to call it. But we're just going to hold tight for the next 5 days and see what is in store. And that is what is up with us. So just wanted to fill you guys all in. Cool.